Y'all good? Y'all gotta get your giggles out.
See, this is what happens when we get started before we actually get started. So toilet
line.
Token is over here talking about toilets, and we're just over here experiencing it. But yeah, now he's got me all messed up. Anyway, welcome to Start Button Live, everybody. Today is June 7th. We don't want to date ourselves, but we're here today because we're going to talk about Summer Game.
Wait, what's
Fest,
today's
and
date?
we're going to talk about June the 7th.
So 6-7.
Oh my God. God damn it, man.
I'm out. Bye.
How you let him walk you into that, dude?
I didn't say 6-7. I said June the 7th.
Oh my
So
God.
he kind of walked himself into that one. That was nice. It was a good setup. Yeah, but today is June the 7th. I should move this over a little bit just so that I don't have to,
Oh man.
Yeah, there we go. Anywho, so today is June the 7th, and we want to talk about the Sony State of Play as well as the Summer Game Fest today. There have been a lot of announcements, trailers, a lot of talk about some of these trailers and some of these games that have been revealed. So I think today we're going to dig into a little bit of it, and we're going to discuss, how we feel about various games, how we feel about what we've experienced, what we've seen, what we're hype about, what we're not so hype about, the big name stuff. All right. So before we get all of that started, I want to introduce the cast. Obviously, I'm King Anarchy. You're here because you know that we going to talk, we going to joke, we going to laugh, and we going to talk about games. We're going to have a good time. Here with me, we have our special guest star, who's actually becoming less of a special guest star, and that's Mr. Token. Okay, because I've been doing everything in my power to make sure that Token is actually a reliable resource, and to make sure that he's here every week. So,
How's it going? He's
Jay
just
on
making sure I
tone.
wake up on time. This man is my new alarm clock at this point.
I call this man every Sunday. And today
Oh,
he
you
has
Jesus?
hung up in my face 3
Who are
times.
you, Jesus?
That was
No.
wild.
He has literally hung up in my face 3 times today.
I went to bed at like
Also,
7
here with
o'clock.
us, we have Mr. Rygen, because, big ups. And last but not least, we have the infamous Mr. Hustle. I expect Mr. Hustle to cause us some trouble, but he's too much of a gamer geek to cause us some trouble today. So all he's going to have is positive reviews about all of the stuff that we're going to talk about. He's going to be like, "Oh, I'm so excited for this."
I like games, man. Like, what
Watch.
can I say?
Just
I like
watch.
I like games. We got blessed.
We did get blessed. We did get
A
blessed.
lot of good
I
stuff.
have some criticisms. Very little.
I-
I have some. I have a couple.
I do
that
too about a particular game that, yeah.
I actually have a small list that I really wasn't impressed by, and I was like, all right, okay. Anyway, before we dig into that, I'm gonna start us off with a question of the day. During the Sony State of Play, what was the biggest reveal for you? I'm gonna give Hustle this one first.
Oh, God of War Laufey.
That was Games Fest.
No,
Oh,
that
was
was
State of Play.
State
That
of
was
Play.
the last game of State of Play. How about you, Rajan?
I'm trying to remember what was shown specifically at.
Wait, what happened?
I'm trying to remember what was specifically shown at State of Play, because it's the Sony one.
You need like a mini list.
Yeah,
You got Wolverine, you got Marvel Tokon, you got God of War Laufey, you had, I believe, Phantom Blade Zero. I'm just trying to run down some stuff off the top of my head.
Oh yeah. Laufey control the new Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider remake trailer. Laufey.
Well, there was a new Tomb Raider and a Tomb Raider remake.
Yeah, well, the one specifically showed was the Atlantis one. That's the remake of the original Tomb Raider, not the next game in the new like continuity. I mean, yeah, it has to be God of War. Like, and Wolverine does look dope and shit. But actually, no. At the out of nowhere hype one, Kamuri looks dope as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we finally saw gameplay of it.
What'd you say?
That look
Kamuri,
fine.
that was that like co-op like demon game where the dude was like running up the buildings and stuff like that. It was that stylized like kind of like anime looking like demon fight.
Yeah.
I'm
I think
actually
it's,
surprised that Hustle said God of War when we got Dune Awakening.
He's
But that's
not playing
not,
that on
like-
PC though.
Yeah, it's already on PC.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
I'm
like-
saying it's a console announcement trailer. We got Ace Combat 8. We got Bancho the Chef. We got
Mhm.
Dynasty 3 Remastered, the complete collection. We got,
Onimusha.
you know,
The Rayman Legends 3D remake, which looks dope too.
we got Kamuri. We got Ill. We got No Rest for the Wicked. Yeah, Phantom Blade Zero again. Rayman. Silent Hill. What a
Mm-hmm.
weird. It was weird.
I mean, I guess you could say Tokon's character reveals are
Stuntman
surprising.
Hollywood.
The Stuntman was a surprise because we were
Yeah, it's
me
true.
and
That
Uncle were
was
watching.
fun.
It was like DeLorean. Like I was like, what, like Kid from Knight Rider. I'm like, what is this game? Like
Until Dawn 2.
we thought it was gonna be some crazy like, is this like a new crazy Twisted Metal, but with like Hollywood cars or something like that?
That's what I thought.
That would be fire though.
Yeah, we got Until Dawn 2 as well. So that one seemed very, very how you say dramatic. So what about you, Token? What you got?
Kimura.
Kamuri?
Kimura looked like, honestly, Kimura looked dope. Kimura and Onimusha.
Bruh, I am literally shocked at all of you guys, considering that we got Wolverine gameplay reveal. Y'all are voting everything over Wolverine. That's crazy.
We already knew about Wolverine. I didn't know Kimura. Well, I didn't
And
know
to be
about
fair,
Kimura.
I had seen leaked footage of
Yeah.
Wolverine, so it's like
And also like
I'm glad to see the college
and
version.
also like we're all buying.
Yeah, but not all of us have seen leaked footage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
what about our audience here? Like,
I think the thing is like Wolverine was a must buy for like most of us.
I mean, Wolverine probably is a must buy. Actually, no, it is very much so a must
Yeah,
buy.
I think it's a must
Yeah.
buy for all of us here. So it's just
Yeah.
like it was good. I'm happy to see like how the
Absolutely.
combo system works and like the co-op, like the combo system with Gene was cool. So how Gene lift the people up, you do like the giant jump attack. It's like
Well,
I
that
can't wait to
kinda-
the full game.
That kind of covers, one of my questions. Kind of, not really. So I was gonna say, out of the Sony State of Play, if there was one game that you could only get one game, and that one game was a must buy out of the Sony State of Play, what would it be? Like, if you had no money, if you was broke, unemployed,
I think a
How
better
would
way
you
to
go
word
with
that
if
would
you
be
had-
I would think of disregarding God of War Laufey and Wolverine. I think
I
that's-
disregard God of War.
because I'm buying both of those like 100%.
Yeah.
So it's like
But I'm just saying, like, if you couldn't buy anything else, you
God of War.
literally
God of
had
War.
to choose one game.
God of War.
God of War.
Okay, I'm surprised you said God of War because you were Mr. Wolverine man since we met 30 years ago.
Yeah, I
Like,
am. But at the
if
same
you
time,
said
too, it's like
if you said Laufey over Wolverine. That's crazy.
the only reason I'm saying that is because I have so many games that I can play Wolverine in, so much media that I can consume that involves Wolverine. This is the only time I get to play Faye and learn about possibly her past and all sorts of stuff. And we now have a God of War that has more gods from other pantheons in it now. I gotta go God of War on this one. I gotta play it. She punched somebody's soul out. Like, come on, bruh.
He punched his soul out of his body and then beat up his soul and then allowed it to go back to his body.
I was like, I need to get this game. I have to have this game.
Sounds like
This day went
Alawi.
by.
Sounds like Alawi from League of Legends.
Bro, that gameplay was amazing. That shocked
Which
the
is
hell out of
really
me.
really weird because the echoes amongst all of the gamers that have seen the trailer, that have watched the videos, is I don't know who God of War Lao Fei is for. I want to play as Kratos. I'm not feeling it. Who is this Faye lady? Why do we get to play as a middle-aged woman when
Dang.
we're used to playing as Kratos, whether he is middle-aged or not? Where are my chain blades? This is what I mean. You can literally click on just about any content creators, anything about Sony's state of play, and any feedback about God of War Lao Fei.
We call
And
them heresy.
9 out of 10 of them are literally saying that this game looks like buns. Like, not the game looks like buns, but I don't know who this game was made for. This is probably not for me. I'm not getting it. And you're not feeding into your audience for Kratos and God of War. This is not my thoughts. My personal thoughts are a little different, but I'm not going to share my personal thoughts just yet. But I will say that actually I'm going to share my personal thoughts. I'm a mythology nerd. I love mythologies. I like learning about the various gods from different mythologies, different pantheons, things of that nature, which is one of the reasons why I play games like Smite. And with that being said, I think that God of War Lao Fei was actually a really good trailer, and it looks like a really good game. I plan on picking it up. I think that, going from her dying to her waking up in the afterlife of the gods, armoring up. Like, there was a point where, like, when that plant attacked, I was like, I would never trust another plant in that entire place ever again. Like, legitimately, don't get near any plants. Like, after the plant creature showed up. Then she had some random sword that she found, and it broke. And, like, she went through it. And it just looks like that's just the beginning of the game. Like, everything that we saw looked like it was just the beginning of the game. So the rest of the game looks like it's going to be on point when it comes to the details that you're going to get and the knowledge that you're going to get and just the adventure. Like, for her to have gone through so much in just that short 10 minutes, it was like, oh, this game is about to be big. That's my personal opinion. But many, many, many people, why are we using this? Why are we playing as a a middle-aged woman, and like, oh, if she's a god, she's at least supposed to be hot because, obviously she's in the, bro, these are things that I have read, that I have seen, that I have heard.
Calling, like, one of the most attractive actresses unattractive, it's just like, yo, something.
But legitimately, if you look, all right, now we're gonna go into details. So if you look at the portrait of the actress,
Mhm.
and you look at the character design of Faye,
Mm-hmm.
they look alike, but they don't look alike.
They look like they aged up the character design.
They look like they aged her up and gave her some imperfection.
Mm-hmm.
Side by side.
Yeah, they're expecting her to look like how she looked in like True Blood or Daredevil in the game. It's like that's not how that works, man. Like you. Sorry, there's not makeup artists in the afterlife.
I'm about to say, let's not forget, one has makeup on, the other does not.
It's not even that. It's the fact that, right? All right, so she died, but effectively, gods don't age.
They age slower.
Very, very, very
slower.
Yes,
Because
but,
if that
all
was
right,
the
think about it
case,
like this.
then Odin would be young looking and Zeus would be young looking, and they're clearly not. They age.
Right.
They just age
True.
at a different
All right, but look at
pace
this.
or whatever.
look at the backlash that God of War got when Thor was fat.
But that's accurate.
It is. But
Thor's not skinny in lore.
everybody
Like,
knows Thor as Marvel's Thor. You know what I'm saying? But like again,
There's
like
nothing wrong with that.
if you run
Thor's
into
an
something
alien.
if you run into something like Bacchus, right? You expect Bacchus to be large,
Right.
Yeah.
but you don't necessarily like in almost any mythology that you see of Thor. Half of them he has some heft. Half he's not.
Yeah, Thor's supposed to be built like a strong. Thor's supposed to be built like a power lifter.
If you look at the dude who was the Mountain on Game of Thrones, who was the same
Same build.
Scandinavian background, same build, like larger
Mhm.
belly, just big and wide. Like that's what people of that region when they are training
Strong.
to be
Well, that's
strong
what
and max,
strong men
that's
are
what
built
they-
like.
That's
Yeah,
what they
right.
look like. They're built like bears. Like what are we talking about?
Bears.
To get as someone who works out to have like a constant crazy six-pack, you usually had to be severely dehydrated, by the way, and have almost no fat on your body, which is not healthy at all. And to hear a bunch of people complain about how he looked in that game, who I know don't have no abs and no muscle, talking shit about a power lifter looking Thor is crazy to me. I see. Listen. I'm so sick of this shit. I'm losing my mind here. People who don't look nothing like what they want any of these characters look like have the audacity to talk about how these characters look. Look in the mirror, bro. Like, what are we talking about? And I'm sorry I gotta crash out, but it's like it gets to a fucking point. It really
Nah,
does.
we need to
at
crash
this
out.
point.
To get on the more positive, I saw an actual tweet that wasn't part of that Twitter army that has to be constantly negative about everything. And somebody brought up a good point about the combat engine they're using for Laufey. Because
Well, the combat engine looked amazing. It's not the combat.
Well, no. This is just something. This is like something not disregarding like the whole backlash about the game. Somebody brought up a good point. It's like this engine is setting us up for the full trilogy remake. Because remember the original trilogy is way more vertical combat, jumping, zooming out, everything like that.
Yeah,
So they're trying to evolve this combat engine
faster pace.
to make it faster paced, jumping, all dodging around, like being surrounded, rolling around, everything like that, to implement for the full remake. Because people were like, how's the remake gonna work? Is it gonna be the original hack and slash you went through, or is it gonna be like the Norse thing? I think they're trying to find that happy medium of both with this game as a launching point to like actually give us that fast paced combat again when they do the remake trilogy. Because they already confirmed that's coming, but we don't know when it's coming out.
Mind you, so the one thing that I want to say is that this is not supposed to be replacing the Loki.
Nope.
This is not supposed to be replacing the Kratos story. This is literally its own story, its own experience. So a lot of people, I think, are under the misconception that this is taking place the place of one of the mainline God of Wars, and this is not a side story. But in all reality, this is literally a side story. So I personally like it. Like I said, I'm a mythology nerd. I like mythologies. I wanted to see these dead gods. I want to see the power hierarchy and how it's decided. I want to see what gods from what pantheons are actually in the land of death.
Well, we
saw Mongolian and Egyptian because that was Bengtsi, the fire god that she's fighting, and then that was Sekhmet. So like, we got Mongolian and Egyptian already merged together right there, like right at the start of the game.
Well, yes. What I'm saying is I want to see like the power dynamic, because obviously, you know, the Mongolian god is obedient to the Egyptian god.
Yeah, I want to see this Egyptian. I want to see this like basically effectively this legion of this afterlife legion of doom of God.
I want to know who the big bad is too.
I'm willing to bet I know who it is. If this is the afterlife of the gods, think about what gods have all had their subscription to life canceled
Zeus.
Zeus. Poseidon.
Ares, the whole Greek pantheon got X'd out. So they all have to be there. A good portion of the Norse gods got X'd out too. So they have to also be there too. I guarantee.
Remember, I brought up to you the other day will be a cool thing, like, because for people who played through God of War Ragnarok, and you paid attention, because some people, when I read commentaries of it, they just did not pay attention to the games we're playing. Faye and Thor have fought in the past. That's why there's that giant frozen lightning thing that like Kratos and Thor do at the start of the game in the desert. That means Faye and Thor had a crazy fight back then. Is that going to have a rematch happen as like a side boss fight in this game?
That'd be dope. That
was
would be
a stalemate
dope.
too, by the way.
Well, Thor is in there too, right?
Would have to.
Yeah, he like so when spoilers for someone who hasn't played Ragnarok the past 4 years. Like Odin kills Thor and he disappears and goes to the afterlife. We don't know what's gonna happen. Because he's not in Valhalla, at least in the DLC. Like you would think he would show up in the Valhalla DLC or something like that, but he's not. So that means he's likely where Faye is, which means he could show up in the game. They can work together. They can fight again. Who knows? There's a lot of options they can do.
Same thing with Zeus and all the other ones. They got to be there too. And I can only imagine the reaction. Like I wonder if in the afterlife they also have knowledge to know that Faye is Kratos' wife, and that reaction of like come to terms with like, oh, you're his wife. Okay, yeah, I have a bone to pick with you.
No, I
Not your
don't.
husband.
I feel like they wouldn't have like concurrent knowledge on what happens within like a. It's the afterlife for the gods. Okay, so it's clearly a completely separate reality or dimension. So unless they just playing a telephone game for each god that dies and then brings them information, I don't think they'd actually know anything that goes on within another dimension.
No, the afterlife of the gods, everything goes together. And so, like, you got to remember that in this, it's not another dimension. Like, Kratos has gone from Greek mythology to Norse mythology, which means that the worlds are the world.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, they're just
So
different regions. Of the
it's
world.
just different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
And
literally
also-
like going from Greece up to Scandinavia. Like he went across country, went across, across continent, whatever.
There also is that tower in the back that has that giant telescope. So what if that's also used to look on the world of the living? It's
I like
possible.
that
I mean,
idea.
who would have access to it if the people who are there are gods?
Exactly. Whoever
like that
is in that tower, which I'm assuming is going to be our
Is
big
the big
bads. I
bad.
don't think Sekhmet and Pigette are not the big bads of that story. At least I don't think they are.
What if
Doesn't
Ra?
seem like they are.
What if Ra was the big bad?
What?
If Ra's dead, then yeah, Ra would be there.
There's so much more that they could go into when it comes to like all the mythologies now that they've opened this up to the land of the dead gods. Loki could end up going into Egypt and Egyptian mythologies and things of that nature. He could end up going to China, going to Japan.
Actually, something I just thought of. Who killed these other gods in these other pantheons?
Wait, what?
I believe
If that's the
Kratos
afterlife-
didn't kill them all.
Yeah,
No, he
like
didn't.
that means someone else killed Sekhmet, someone else killed Begsy, and whoever else is in this everyone afterlife. Like who killed
Tyr.
these gods to send them there?
Tyr might have.
Tyr did travel to other realms. That is a possibility.
And Tyr was a good guy, so it's very possible when he went to Egypt. Because if you don't know the mythology behind Sekhmet, Sekhmet is a nutcase. She is a violent, sadistic nutcase that murders a bunch of people and has to basically be like satiated with blood, right? So it's very possible Tyr visited Egypt while Sekhmet was on her bloodlust stuff and was murdering a bunch of people, and he had to come in and cut that off.
Regulate,
Yeah, I can see that.
like Nate Dogg.
Like,
Yeah, in one of the stories. So basically, mythology wise, Sekhmet was like going on a rage and just murdering a shit ton of people, right? And the only way to stop her was the gods basically colored a bunch of alcohol to look like blood. So when she drank it, she basically passed the hell out. So I could see something like that happening. And then Tyrion might have just like, I'm excited for this. I like.
You have criticism for it?
I don't. I really don't.
Like the whole of the internet has criticisms for this game. You don't have any.
I mean, we've already established that he literally will crash out over the negativity of the internet, and he does not conform to the ideology of most
I mean,
negative sides
the
of the
people
internet.
have been complaining like that's why you shouldn't take any complaints seriously. People are seriously like, why is it called God of War, Laufey, if you're not playing Kratos because it's called God of War? Because it's in the God of War mythos franchise. Like,
you literally fight.
then why isn't it just called Laufey? Why is it called God of War? And then I saw somebody saying like, well, technically Kratos hasn't been a God of War since God of War 2. So like, what are you complaining about?
No, that's true.
You're
That's
fighting the God of War in the first game. You're also fighting two gods of war in this game. The Mongolian God of War and the Egyptian God of War, goddess of war.
Like, that's why a lot of people should not take this completely serious because people are nitpicking literally just because of that. And literally, it's like, why is there a cube? Who cares? Why is there a talking sword? There was a talking sword in God of War Ragnarok. You couldn't understand what the sword was saying, but there was a talking sword in God of War Ragnarok. It's like,
Yeah,
why are we complaining all of a sudden?
Are we nitpicking mythical weapons now? Like, what are we like?
Yes.
Here-
Yes,
the
because
only-
people actually complained about fighting with a piece of tofu and a paring knife. Yes.
The only valid
Tolkien can't hold it together.
I wouldn't even say I don't even think this is a complaint that I wouldn't even consider it as a complaint. The only thing that I heard somebody say that was valid to me was I wish this was a prequel where we played Faye before she met Kratos.
I mean,
That's
we're
why
probably,
I was
we're
like,
probably
okay,
gonna get cut back. We're probably gonna get flashback cutscenes though.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like we saw 20 minutes of this game. That's probably gonna be 15, 20 hours long if it's like similar length to God of War and Ragnarok. Like we have so much more of this game to see, and people are writing.
This might be like a 30-hour campaign. Hopefully.
People are writing this off of 20 minutes. Like that's what people like are just waiting to react to be negative for the sake of being negative because like it gets views. Like get your money. Like it gets views, it gets circulated. Like rage bait works still in the year Optimus 2026. It still does. But like,
because people are easily manipulated. That's the problem. Like a lot of viewers are easily manipulated, and half of them won't even watch something past like the first 5 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
They just look at the snappy title in the thumbnail and they're like, "Ooh, my feelings validated."
The feelings that I didn't even originally have.
Yeah,
as my
yeah,
own.
the feelings I didn't originally have. Like now they're validated because y'all are not our audience. No, because our audience are actually wise and smart. But people are very easily emotionally puppeted now. And I think it's disingenuous from YouTubers to do that and content creators to do that. Like it's like I get that y'all want to get your money, but like there's gotta be an honest way that you can get your money without trying to like rage bait and clickbait and engagement bait.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was hyped for God of War. You know, again, mythology nerd. I was hyped for Wolverine. I knew Wolverine was gonna be there, so
We all knew that.
right, we know Wolverine gonna be there. It's gonna do his big numbers. You know what had me the most hyped throughout the state of play?
Dokkan?
Ace Combat. I'm just saying.
I did. To be fair, I played a nice share of Ace Combat back in the day, but
Who has-
it was the fact
I
that
know, right?
Carnage was in Marvel Tokon.
Yeah, that that is
Playable
shocking.
Carnage.
Oh,
Yeah, that was,
Carnage and Green Goblin.
yeah, and Green Goblin.
Like, what is this roster?
Somebody
I
said
love this
Spider-Man needs therapy.
roster.
I'm not gonna lie, and Hustle can tell you because like Tokon looks good. I played that first demo, but like I think I've said it before. Like I am not a big fan of tag fighting games. Like I'm not a big fan of them. But I'll sit there.
Yeah,
Like,
you like Souls like, and you're eating too. I'm gonna be honest with you. With the amount of
no.
Souls like looking games that we got,
oh,
I
no,
was just
hold on,
like,
hold on. I whoop some ass in fighting games. I just don't like tag fighting games. But my go-to is like Street Fighter, King of Fighters, like Tekken. But like those are the fighting games I usually play.
I mean, I like Tekken, but I like tag fighters too, right, Loon?
Usually I'm not a tag fighter person, but I'm probably buying Tokon just because of the Carnage and Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Like
Carnage was a good way to sell that game.
And how I
Carnage
play,
Automatic buy for me. And
Yeah.
I don't like paying $70 for fighting games. I don't think it's worth it. I'm
Especially
not
'cause you know you're
going
gonna
to,
get
like, we
nickel
don't
dime
come
on
over
fighter-
to each
fighter
other's
passes.
house every day, or like we don't get together all the time anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to jump online and just play with some random people just to try to beat some ass. I'm not trying to train for the FGC. I'm not doing any of that. So the idea of spending $70 on a fighting game that all it has to offer me is literally a versus experience is not for me, really. Now if you add some story elements and let me play through some shit, I'll play through the story, I'll play through the game and experience that, and then I'll put it down. But like $70 just feels like too much. Like all right, if we could set a precedent, right? If your story element games were the normal price, so say $70 is the normal price, your story element games are your normal price. Your fighting games are like $40. Your live service games are either free or they're like $40 or $50, right? Like, I think that sets a solid entity where, obviously you're getting your money off of your live service games, or you're getting your money off of the add-ons in your live service games, your fighting games, because obviously we know when it comes to Street Fighter, you're gonna pay $70 for Street Fighter, then you're gonna pay however much, $40 for the DLC, and you're gonna have a year 2, a year 3, a year 4 DLC. Then you're gonna have, another edition coming, which is more DLC, and you're gonna. I feel like after the initial 70, you're just gonna try to milk money out of it.
I think 50 would be fair.
Yeah.
'Cause
$40
then,
or
like,
$50
yeah,
sounds
and then
okay.
and then your first
Yeah.
year fighter pass $20 to like $5 a character.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm
I
cool
would
with
be
something
fine.
like that. Because now you're getting a year of content for $70 for 60 or 70 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that the numbers are a little skewed right now. And to price these games that don't have they don't have the same impact. Why do you think Virtua Fighter looked like it did? Virtua Fighter looked like a story game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is an actual story in it.
Yes.
That's a good thing because if I recall correctly,
But it
back in the
doesn't
day,
look like a
most Virtua
versus
Fighter games
fighter.
did not really have a story mode.
No.
Or like it had a story mode, but it wasn't like fleshed out like how
If
they
you
do in
want-
Mortal Kombat
yeah.
and Fighter 6 and 5 and everything like that.
If you want to find out the lore in the story, you had to like read the manual. Like you had to read the manual to find out that the last boss in Virtua Fighter is the ninja guy's mom. That's in the manual. That's not in the game.
So yeah, like I said, Tokon had me hyped. The Legion of Doom or whatever he called it, the Trio of Doom or the Group of Doom, whatever. It's fire. It's fire. The fact that they revealed all villains, fire. And I played Doom already, so like, it's fire. Again, tag fighters are cool. I just don't like when tag fighters like I can lose before I ever get a hit in. Like,
Oh, you mean
can
Marvel
cover me.
vs. Capcom 2?
Hey.
Yeah.
That's literally that.
Still enjoyed it.
Listen, that game is broken.
Yeah,
I'm happy that they bounce stuff out with fighters, and it looks like from playing the Tokon beta, it feels more like fighters than it does Marvel vs. Capcom, which
Fighters is a little broken too, though. If you've
Yeah.
never played Fighter Z was a little broken. Not even going front.
But MVC
Hey,
2
what's going
levels
on,
of
the Ghost?
broken? Not nearly.
Yeah, no. It wasn't. But I'm just saying, like, trust me, I've played some Fighter Z in my day, and as a Krillin player,
As a Krillin player,
I mean, he's viable.
first of all, I don't know why I'm getting all of these judgmental looks. Like, Krillin wasn't fire in that game.
He's viable. It's
Yes,
not like
but-
listen, this isn't like
Like-
MVC2. This isn't like MVC2 where like 90% of the roster is trash and not
All my
viable.
favorite
I mean,
characters,
competitive.
all my favorite characters in
Technically,
MVC2 are
90%
not
of the
tournament
roster is
viable.
trash.
Yep.
If you're not using Broly, and Boo, or Broly, and Ultra Instinct Goku, because the one Broly can literally just grab you, slam you back and forth. Like, it gets crazy.
Oh
Like,
yeah, Super Broly. Yeah, he is kind of broken in that game. I ain't gonna lie to you. You can just repeatedly do a
still went
stomp combo
broken.
on people.
the game ended up broken. So, but it's still fun. It's still fun. Figuring out how to get around that and blah, blah, blah.
Listen, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna buy Tokan. I'm gonna play it because it's looking great.
I'll think about it when I see what the price is and what else it has to offer. It's supposed to be what, October?
Mhm.
Let me also mention September is cooked.
Yeah,
September
Yeah.
is like
If you have money,
September
you don't have
2026
money anymore.
might be the most stacked gaming month of all time. because
Right.
Everyone's just like September.
You know why
September,
everything is in September, right?
It's
They're
GTA 6
afraid of
November.
being close to GTA 6.
They're literally afraid of GTA.
Yeah.
You can have
Nothing
some come out
said
the
it is
beginning
coming
of
out in
October, though.
November.
You can have some come out the second week of October though and have a
That's what I'm
month
saying,
You
of
yeah.
got
play
things
time.
coming out in October. You got things coming out in September, and you got things coming out in October. Nothing. Mind you, GTA 6 don't even hit until November the 19th. Maybe. If we get GTA 6 this year. But
If we don't get a
nothing
delay again.
is
We're not
landing
getting it.
in November so far.
We're not getting it.
I don't think. No, I
That's
really
the
don't think we're
long
getting
faith
it.
in that game coming out.
Unless-
2026.
Unless they're showing GTA 6 during the Xbox conference, I don't think we're getting it this year. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
We still have more game shows. You got the Tokyo
So the-
Game Show. You got the Summer Games Fest, which we just missed. Which we just had. You had the State of Play. You had the Xbox conference. You have the thing in August that Jeff Keighley was saying in Germany where they could reveal it. There's still opportunities to reveal or drop gameplay trailers. Just drop it. Honestly, they don't have to add more trailers.
Right.
Is Tokyo Game Show happening this year? Yeah, that's
I
September.
think so.
We still got that. To look
That's
forward
what I said. That's Tokyo Game Show. You got the thing that's in August. So like there's still opportunities, and obviously I don't think that they're gonna give us any more short of a leak. I don't think they're gonna give us any more up until like right before the game drops to create maximum hypage. Because the meme sells the game itself. Oh, we getting a Monster Hunter DLC expansion before we get in GTA 6.
Well,
I know I just jumped off the State of Play and went
I was
in.
gonna say 2027. So,
Yeah, but if we don't get
Technically,
GTA 6 this year, then that's what's gonna happen.
oh yeah.
September
See what I'm
is
saying?
6
Like the meme still lands. The meme still lands.
September is 6. I'm mostly gonna buy games. Most likely gonna buy games.
All right, before we get into the games because we already asked about what games from the State of Play that you need to buy. Summer Games Fest. What reveal got you the most excited?
Woo! Man,
Man, there's a lot of
I
stuff.
gotta look down the list there.
Blood Message looked really dope.
I actually have a list of games that were standouts for me. Blood Message was one of the first ones.
Yeah, Blood Message looked dope because I was sitting there, but what I'm happy about is me and Hustle watched the live stream before I went out, and I was so happy because I was sitting there waiting. I was like, all right, period piece taking place, like Asian warfare. I was like, where's some supernatural nonsense popping up? I'm waiting for a dragon to pop up. I'm sitting there, but luckily it didn't. And I was like, oh, we're actually just getting straight up fight, like feudal combat, period piece action game without
And not
any
Dynasty
crazy-
Warrior style.
without any crazy
Miss
yeah,
Lady.
not Dynasty Warrior style, no crazy supernatural stuff or magic added in. But
I mean, I
was
still want that.
I want
You
that too.
are
but we
getting
have,
that.
We have so many games that have that sometimes I just want a game that takes place in that setting that is dope. Like
Yeah, like they already revealed a game that's coming out that is that with fantasy stuff again. That was it. The one where the guy's fighting like the cloak.
I don't want that.
Oh, the other
monster.
Souls-like game that they had, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
that because that's a Souls-like game.
I don't know if it's a Souls like.
It's
It's a Souls-like.
Okay, all right, yeah.
They showed the health bar. They showed the magic bar. It's a Souls-like. You could see all the little healing items over there in the bottom corner. Like it's a Souls-like.
Gen Atlas looked dope. The new
yes.
the Shadow of the Colossus creators new game that looked super cool. Can't wait for that. I need to see actual gameplay of the Cuphead sequel before they actually
Yes.
I get hyped about it. But the 8-bit one looked dope. That was cool.
But what got you the most excited?
Most excited was come on, Tupac back. No, I'm joking. No, it's not that.
Tupac's
No,
back.
that was wild. I'm like,
most excited
Oh,
for was, like,
You got to remember that
uh,
in Stranger Than Heaven, Snoop did come out and he said that him, Tupac's estate, and his son were working on that game.
yeah.
So not only do you get a game where Tupac actually shows up in the game, but Tupac's not an imposter or like his likeness is in the game with permission.
Gundam Rogue Orbit. That's what I was most hyped.
Yes, that was very surprising. That I have to play that game.
Like I would have said the last Ronin, but we didn't get any gameplay. But like, so
No.
we just got announced.
The last Ronin is on my list. Gundam Rogue Orbit is also on my list. Those were standouts for me. I don't know if I'm actually the most excited for Gundam Rogue Orbit. It looked good, and it's actually an officially licensed Gundam game because it says Gundam on it. So that's amazing. Stranger Than Heaven looks like it could be good, but I need to see gameplay.
Yeah, that was just a story trailer. They didn't show us.
Yeah,
much from it.
like story looks great, but I need to see
I was
gameplay.
surprised
How do
that,
you tie all of this stuff in?
I was surprised that Capcom dropped another Resident Evil banger out.
Oh, the Veronica trailer.
Veronica. That was crazy. I was not expecting that.
I was just because that had a lot of steam behind the announcement past like couple months. So like I figured that was gonna get shown some point this year. I thought maybe Tokyo Game Show, but I didn't know it was gonna get this weekend. So that was nice.
And then people found reasons to complain about that. It's like
this goes back to my
Just making an Unreal Engine 5, bro.
Yo, people complained that they changed the color of Claire's pants.
Like y'all,
Like, this is
y'all,
why I say like you cannot take.
Oh, there's a
opinions
difference.
seriously
To me,
on the
there's a
internet.
difference in those complaints. Like in the Laufey complaints, like I understand where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember that gaming is catering itself towards something that's different from what it used to. You know what I'm saying? So because gaming is not is it almost feels like it's alienating its audience a little bit sometimes.
like it's what?
Alienating its audience a little bit.
What is its audience?
What is its audience?
I'm asking you because my mom is the one who got me into gaming.
Okay. So gaming's primary audience, right? Are the neckbeards. Right? Primary audience. I'm not saying that it's complete audience.
But is that actually
What do you
accurate?
expect to normally see when you hear about the gamer stereotype, when you hear about gaming, when you see somebody and you meet them and you don't see what they look like, right? You meet somebody or you hear like and they're I'm a gamer.
I don't
What did you
believe that
expect?
though, because like I would say that yes for like MMO gamers, but we've been gaming our whole lives. Like yeah, there were some people that would go be at the game shops where you go to,
And we're gooners. Let's be honest.
Well, no, I'm saying there were people that would look like that, but for the most part, like most of the people we talk to,
But
we're
I'm not
like
even
that.
saying just fully neckbeards, but we're gooners. Gamers are gooners. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you play games,
Okay.
I
can't dispute that. I can't dispute.
This is not
you
my
create
yes,
female
okay?
characters on purpose because you don't want to look at the back of the guy the whole time that you're playing a game.
Nah, I like playing that league because I like the combo. What are you talking about? Okay.
Token, just mute yourself. So, anyway, gamers are gooners, right? And this is its fact. I'm not a gooner, but I'm gonna create a female character in almost any game.
I didn't play Chun-Li because of the thighs. I like the combos.
I like the lore.
So Cammy was also just not a popular. Jury just wasn't a popular character. You know what I'm saying? But like, so here's where the complaints are coming from.
Kind of awakening for me, so I'll just say that.
Here's where the complaints are coming from. Gamers are gooners. Lao Fei ain't something that you gonna goon to.
But why does every character have to be?
Phoenix ain't something like Jean Grey ain't something you gonna goon to.
But why do they have to be something?
Because this is what that's.
There's tons of games. No, there's tons of games that have characters you can.
But
goon
they're
to.
normalizing. They're normalizing the female image in all of our games now. You're getting less and less opportunities to have that fantastical image.
What he's
No,
saying
you're
is
not.
that-
Go play Rivals.
What he's saying is these people feel like there is no room for regular looking female characters. They have.
I'm
to
not
be-
saying that there's no room for it. What I'm saying
I know
is
what
that fantastical characters that we would expect to be boom, we're getting as a normal looking woman.
That's an
And
artistic
like,
direction.
it's one thing for you to do. It's one thing for you to be able to do that in some games, and it's another thing for you to do that in a lot of your games, like in most of your games. Like, and then when you do get the boom, like Stellar Blade, she's covered up most of the way.
Well, there's also
The
I do have a complaint
backlash,
with
the
Stellar
criticisms from all of these different people.
I have a criticism about Stellar Blade 2. That the game looks great. I don't like her face model. I don't like that she looks young.
She does look like a teenager, like
She
Evie
looks-
in the Bloodblade, whatever that's called trailer. They made her face look too young. Like
I was like, yo. And I'm thankfully not the only one that noticed that. A lot of people just like, hey, yo, why does she look so young?
I would say
That's
that I don't
weird.
like it, but I don't care
But like I'm saying, there's
because
tons
I
of
didn't play the
games.
first one.
So there's
So
tons of games out there that if you want boobs and all that, it exists. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but Steam has adult games on it.
yes,
You just have
but,
to change the
but
setting.
they're
You
trying
can
to
go
take
find-
those off of it too.
You can go find you a ton of adult games to go play. If that's what you want. Not every game
Yeah,
has
but
to
the
be some
thing is
shit.
that when you have expectations in your mainstream mainline games, right? Like, let's be real.
God of War has never had designs like that. It never has. Athena, go look at Athena.
they think just because Kratos had some sex mini games in the first two games, they think that's what all the even then, like the character models that were busted back on the PS2. So I don't know why people are
Yeah.
going so crazy trying to like say
Like-
like all the female characters in this series need to look like this, and it's like they never
Like
have.
like Aphrodite makes sense because she's the goddess of love. That makes sense for her to be like all busty and all other sort because she's
It's
the
not
goddess
about
of
being
love.
busty, it's about being attractive.
Faye's attractive. What are we talking about? You gonna say she's not the character model's not attractive? That is also a thing too.
You're right. But here's the thing. She's not attractive to most.
That's cap. That's fucking cap. Like how? First off. Hold on.
It's not even about the
That's
busty and
not a thing.
curviness.
That is not a thing.
It is not even about the bustiness or the curviness. It's the fact that they made her older. They gave her age lines. They gave her a facial blemish. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be big nose. It could be anything. There could be numerous features that would be unattractive to your normal average. Like, it's not a fantastical kind of attractive. It's not a universally attractive. You can say she's attractive, and I can say she's unattractive. You can say Faye's attractive, and I can't dispute it because you could be right. I could say I don't find her attractive. I don't care if I find her attractive or not, if you want me to be honest. That's me.
Why do you have to? But
But
here's the thing.
98% of the other gamers out here do.
That's hold on. We're talking internet here. We're talking internet and Twitter and
I'm not even
Social
just talking
but
internet.
no.
People putting out their random.
But that's the
I'm
But that's the
talking about
internet. That
overall
doesn't.
gaming attract. Yeah,
But
but
that
think
doesn't
about
mean
this.
reality.
Majority of your audience is arguing this. If a big,
That's
like, if it's
a
a
vocal
small piece,
minority,
cool.
though.
Yeah, if it's a small piece, it's cool. You know, it's whatever.
That's
Like,
more
there's
than
some of us
likely a
who are gonna
vocal
play for the
minority
gameplay.
of really loud, really wrong fucking people.
I'm not saying that I'm not speaking of this in particular. I'm saying when you're making something, right? If your initial grab is this, right? If this is the initial kind of push, right? It could be, like I said, we're mythology people. We enjoy the mythology. We enjoy the mythos. You're willing to overlook 90% of everything else so that you can enjoy that story. But there are people who don't know, or even people who feel as though they want to enjoy the mythos and don't find her attractive. That doesn't mean that they're not gonna play. It doesn't mean that the game isn't for them. But I'm just saying, like, there's gonna be a bunch of varied opinions, and a lot of it is because we have the shock of not playing as Kratos in a game for the first time.
Listen, is there still visceral violence in this? Yes, that was the draw. That was the hook of God of War.
The hook for normal God of Wars is not visceral violence. The
Yes,
hook
it
for
is.
normal God of Wars is Kratos and chain blades.
Well, he didn't use chain blades in the fucking reboot until the end.
And you know what? Everybody was like, yo, where's the chain blades?
And then they stopped caring.
Because we got the chain blades. I'm just saying.
Listen, motherfuckers ended up loving the Leviathan Axe once they finally played it.
But the Leviathan Axe gameplay style is slower. And so sometimes it doesn't appeal to everybody because I could almost guarantee you at the end of that game, you were using mostly them chain blades.
Here's my thing. Why does the problem is now is that everyone feels like every movie, every game, every TV show, every comic book, every sort of piece of entertainment has to specifically
be something to goon to.
Not even just that. It has to be specifically tailor-made to their wants and desires.
Because we're humans.
I hate to tell
we're
y'all
humans, we're greedy, and all we do is desire.
I hate to tell y'all this. As an artist, art not made to be tailored to you. It's not.
It's made to be tailored to the artist.
It's made by the creator, and you enjoy the art. That's how this goes.
And imagine
if Vincent Van Gogh had to take fucking ideas from other people. They're like, Vincent.
So as an artist,
cool and all, but like, could you paint like big titty dragons in your next painting?
Again, as an artist, that's fair. But you know what artists don't do? They don't ask you for money. They don't expect 50 million people to buy their thing. Van Gogh is not selling one painting.
No. Artists do sell their art. I had to take a business of art class.
Sell art. That's a commission.
I had to go through the whole bullshit of like all that stuff.
What I'm saying is artists do sell their art.
Art is very much a business.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're not making art for 50 million people. You're making art as if you're making a commission, you're making that as a request to one person. If you're making art that's your own, then you're making your own art, and somebody's gonna buy. Maybe.
You have to put
But a
stuff
lot
out
of those
there.
artists died broke.
That's true. Some did.
A lot of them did.
My thing
Fame
is
didn't
this.
come until after they were dead.
My thing
Van
is
Gogh
this.
cut
Do we
off his
want-
ear.
My thing is this: do we want things to elevate and change, or do we want just the same shit repackaged over and over and over and over and over again? Because we saw what the fuck happens when you repackage the same shit over and over and over again. You get Call of Duty, and then you end up in this cycle. And you end up in this cycle. You end up in a cycle where it's like, hey, here's Call of Duty. Didn't do anything different. Oh, I hate that. You need to do something different. Does something different. Oh, I hate that. Go back to just doing the same shit. Oh, now you're doing the same shit. Oh, well, now we hate that. I don't want other games to end up in the Call of Duty cycle. It's like, no, yeah, I don't think most gamers know what they want. I don't think so.
Consumers don't know what they want.
I typically, if it looks cool, I'm gonna play it. I don't need to goon to a game at all. I have a girlfriend. I don't need virtual women. I have a real life woman. So I'm cool off that. Listen, if y'all need something to goon to game wise, there's the Hub, X Videos, X and XX.
We're not
Whatever.
promoting
Yeah,
those.
stop saying all the website names. Dumbass. Like,
Y'all have options to do that. You don't need your game doesn't need to be a tool for you to get off to. Not every character design has to be catered to enticingly.
Okay,
We're telling stories here.
I want to
That's
change
the
gears
important
just a tad.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
a little
we're on this topic a little too long.
Yeah, I want to change gears just a little bit because I get it, and it's a valid point. And I want you guys to tell us what you think as far as like what is your perspective? What is your view on these topics? Like, do you want your women to be, you know, super fantastical outside of the realm of what a normal woman looks like? You know, do you think that it's harmful? Do you think that it sets a wrong precedent for beauty? Tell us what you think. Send it over to us in the chat, in Discord, whatever. But we would definitely love some engagement from you. Now, what we're going to move to is the actual state of play show itself.
You know, Game Fest or
State of play.
Game Fest.
We're going state of play first.
okay.
Was it a good show?
Yeah.
Was it organized well? Did you think that it could have changed in a way, longer, shorter? You know, like, was it a winner? Was it a loser? Like, you know how we kind of compare, like, yo, Sony won this, Microsoft won this. Like, how would you rate state of play in comparison to other game shows that we've experienced over, like, say, the past, I don't know, 6 months?
What was with the wacky inflatable arm tube, man?
Honestly, this was like the
You
best state of play.
talking and we can't hear what you're saying. You just sounds like you're mumbling into the mic.
No, I was saying, what was with the wacky inflatable arm tube, man? Arms.
But the what? The wacky what?
You went
The
like
wack-
this when you did the
Yes.
The wacky inflatable arm tube, man. Arms.
That's called emphasis and showmanship. It's you know, similar to how someone gets up and walks off camera and just disappears, but we hear a phantom voice.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Okay. All right. All right.
Back on topic. This was a surprisingly good state of play.
Okay.
Very solid compared to the previous ones where it's been. Listen, I go into state of plays with my expectations
Low. Okay.
very
Why?
low.
But why? Do you go on a
Because I don't wanna get
Microsoft showcase the same way?
I don't want to get disappointed because, like, the past previous state of plays have been very like lackluster and disappointing. So it's like,
I'm trying to remember what was
My question is why
But like, do you
If
go into
you-
Xbox
you-
showcases the same way? Like, do you go in with those
Yes.
same low expectations? So
Yes.
you don't want to be disappointed by game reveals.
at all.
So in order to taper your disappointment or in order to taper your expectations, you kind of like have them at a minimal. Like, so
Mhm.
like you don't go in here like, yo, this is about to be the best show ever.
Nope.
And then you're just like, you know what? I was let down.
'Cause when I've
So
done
you go
that,
in and you're
let
like,
down.
all right, I'm gonna keep this at a normal level. And you know, if I
When
get
did, but
pleasantly
when did
surprised-
that become normal as gamers? When did that become normal to keep your expectations low?
E3.
When it came to, well, damn, that was fast.
At E3, well, E3 was used to be like the only main showcase that we would get information from. Then
and
eventually,
E3
like,
became all about the production and not about the game.
then eventually Tokyo Game Show was like, oh, we can like get away with like showing off and live stream and stuff like that. And then E3 fizzled out because, as he just said, it became more about spectacle production. Like there was no need to have crazy orchestras or all this other nonsense during like E3 showcases. Like we're just here to see what's coming out, when's it coming out. That's what we're here for. Like we don't need all this extra like nonsense and fluff. And then I saw good articles that Nintendo is actually one of the main killers of E3 because they were the first ones really to start really doing the Nintendo Directs, and then Sony did State of Play.
Yep. And then Microsoft did their
And
showcase.
and they were like, "Oh, we don't even need E3." And then once the big three pulled out of E3,
You don't have a game.
E3.
So you don't have a show.
Yeah, like they're not there. They don't think they. Someone might have some demos there, but they don't have a big showcase, concert stage event revealing everything with celebrities and all the game trailers. So like, yeah, like then E3 died because of that.
Shit,
And
man, I
then-
think we have an episode talking about like E3 dying too.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
probably like a year and a half.
It was one of our really early episodes, probably like 3 years ago.
Yeah, like as far as how this
Yes,
state
we've
of play
been
goes,
active for over 3 years.
as
well,
far as how
September, I
this
think,
state of
will hit
play,
3.
I would rate it. I'm trying like what is this? I don't have like memory of what each significant state of play revealed. Like this is probably like
That's fine,
the
but
best-
just the
probably one of the best
feeling.
ones easily. Like as far as like we got a good mix of third party and like first party stuff. We got actual gameplay, trailers of things people wanted to see gameplay from, and yeah, this is one of the better ones. And they
Actual
kept it-
reveals
and
too.
it was
only-
cut well for like the hour that they gave us. It's like
The only reason why I brought that up was because I feel like, and I might be the only one, but like I feel like it's kind of, I feel like it's become kind of a letdown for certain parts of the community, whether minority or majority, to become to the point to where they have to lower their expectations during game reveal events. Like it used to be that nostalgia and hypeness, like you went in the gate with it, and it added or it got multiplied by what you were about to experience, and now you willingly like lower your expectations and kind of desensitize yourself going into something that you already are only going into because of your love of the craft.
So let me ask you this, right? If you go in and your expectations are already in the stratosphere, because gaming has been in the stratosphere for many years,
Right.
Like, you have some amazing games. How much higher can you go?
I mean, obviously, Wacky Flavor on 2, man.
But stuff that's normal is going to disappoint you, right?
Okay, no.
So if your game shows normal
that's
stuff,
opinionated though. That's more opinion based. Something that's
Yeah, but
normal or something
what do you
fantastic.
think? What do you think expectations are?
I mean, that goes into what I was trying to say earlier. Expectations are more opinion and individual based. But to say that those same individuals have to lower their expectations means that the ecosystem of gaming has changed that much in that
Yes,
much
it's
in
changed that
large
much
of a
to where
degree.
everything is it's either amazing or it's shit.
Right, like we used to have tiers, like individual levels.
You know what
and
ruined
now
that?
it's drastically different. You got either like S rank or just straight gutter
F.
trash.
Yes. You know what ruined that?
The internet.
Game review scores.
Oh, I was gonna say the internet.
I
If
think
your
it's
game
also-
is like literally, if your game was a 7.5 now, it's considered mid.
7 used to be good back in the day.
Correct. Seven is a good game.
Out
Mid
of
is a
10.
5,
Out of
and
10.
bad is anything below a 5 or subpar. What's going on, Chappie? But anyway, so
Are we
now a
failing
7
at
is
metrics now too?
what? Yes, the metrics have changed. Are you buying a game that's
Discourse
lower than
around
a 7?
scores?
Wait, what you said, Hustle?
I said, have you not seen the discourse around review scores now?
No, I've seen it. I'm just saying, like,
Now at 8, starting to not be good enough. Like,
Yeah, people are like
That-
nowadays, like if
literally
it's not a 9
that's
or a
literally
10, it's
working.
trash.
That's literally working under the assumption that something has to be a AAA game or it's trash.
Even indie
You're
game.
you're
If your
literally
indie game doesn't land at 8, it's probably a failure.
right, and that's
Because now you're unknown
basically
and-
saying that's basically willingly trying to tell everyone that you have to get on the bandwagon of the way we think, and the way we think is if it's not AAA worthy, it's trash. But you still have to pay an absurd amount of money for it for us to give you those AAA games.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. There have been quite a few indie games recently that have gotten 10s.
Right.
A lot.
There have been.
But
There have been.
you know what's been
And-
another part
and-
that's
and-
killing
and
gaming
we
in
said
discourse?
that I think last episode, I want to say. Yeah, I think it was last episode. Like we basically said it like the way things are going, it's almost gonna be like a polar shift where it's gonna end up being indie games that are gonna be within the same ranking level as AAA games at some point.
right? And what were you saying was killing gaming?
Also, along with gaming scores, it's like anything related or like Steam charts too, because
Oh
we have
God,
we have people acting
Mm.
like what was a good game that had it? It was people look at Steam charts for single player games. And you're like, game's dead. I'm like, it's a single player game. Like I saw people like when Silk Song came out, obviously people were like, that was crazy.
No.
Like, Silk Song had 600,000 people playing day one. Oh, only 30,000 people playing Silk Song the next week. I was like, it's a
One
single player
second.
game that people play at their leisure when they want to beat the game. Why do you care how many people are on a single player game? that
and those
doesn't
things aren't
affect
even
other people?
particularly accurate. That's the thing. Like it does.
They
Like
only
the
go
Steam
by.
chart-
They only go based off of what Steam has.
Yeah, they're not going based off of like every single platform that a game is on. If a game is on Xbox, Switch 2, PS5, Steam, Epic, or whatever else, you're only going to get Steam. So you're not getting the full scope and picture of like how healthy a game's community might be if it's a live service game or even like sales and shit. Like, come on.
What I'll
Sales
say
is
is
the
this.
thing. The sales is the thing that matters in the end anyway, not how many
Correct.
people are playing online. If it's a game, if it's a premium game that you have to buy in to experience, the sales are the thing that matters, not the
Well-
active players online. Usually.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off a couple of comments from the audience. So first, the real Chappie said, "Unpopular opinion: review scores literally mean nothing." That is true, but here's and then V-Tone said, "People are going off of numbers and popularity rather than enjoyment." Now,
Yes.
allow me to comment on both of those together at the same time. So the reason that review scores mean something is because that is how you're going to determine whether or not you spend $70 on something, because that's a big thing. And we don't have demos the same way that we did. We're getting more demos now, but you're literally either relying on a video review or you're relying on a review score to tell me like if things are good about this game or bad about this game. It's glitchy, the story is good, the music is great. Like there are many things, and that's why people have gotten programmed into reading and watching reviews and looking for review scores. Because if you put together a game's review score and it's an amalgamation of everything within the game, then you know that you're getting good music, you're getting good gameplay, you're getting good controls, the combat's great, the story is good. Like there are things that could be good, there are things that could be great, there are things that could be perfect. But you're basically using this as a consumer to decide on where you're spending that hefty amount of money, because 70 is on the positive side of getting to 100. Like, we're not close to 50 anymore. Like 50, like you still halfway to $100, but $100 is an impactful number. So like once you hit certain numbers, people don't want to spend, and people are going to be more cautious about what they're buying the more games cost. If games were $40, people would buy 6s. People would buy 4s. People would just go try things willy-nilly. I'm willing to try almost any free game out there to see if it's for me because it's free.
Free is for me.
Something in front of me, I will play it because it's free.
I think a lot of it. But I think a lot of it
free
also,
$99.
But I think a lot of it also is because of the age of social media. There isn't. It's social media's killed the desire to just try things.
Yeah, no, that's not
No,
completely true.
Hold on,
That
wait,
is
wait,
It's
true.
a
wait,
double-edged sword. It's a double-edged
true.
sword.
Wait,
And
hold on.
that also factors into what Chappie said, that
Yeah,
too many
exactly.
people put much stock in reviews. My thing is, what killed the ability to try things? Price, money.
That too.
I'm not getting more money.
I'm not
just costing me
discarding
more.
that. I'm not dismissing that. That is also a factor too. But a good portion of it too now is because if a whole bunch of people are saying a certain thing is bad or negative online, right? And that circulates. That there's tons of videos made on how bad a game is or whatever. It's going to discourage you from actually trying it, and you might actually like the game.
Right.
I mean, V said
That could be a
games
factor.
need to have demos. However,
Yeah.
I've seen demos be bangers, and then the full release go in a completely different direction.
That is true too. That is
And
very true.
you know why? Because things change from the demo. Gameplay changes.
And things are different now,
The
though.
finalization changes. Like, things can happen. So yes, or the demo is amazing. You go buy the game. The game turns out to be like the demo was probably the best part of the game. That happens too.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this: gaming right now is in a much better space than it was pre-online access all the time. Because now, if a game is bad, they can patch that shit out and fix a lot of the shit that made it bad.
They can fix bugs,
They can fix bugs.
but a bad game is.
I'm not talking about a game that has a bad story. I'm talking about like in
Yeah, like
general,
I'm
because
about to say a
bugs
bad
do
game
fa-
is a bad game.
bugs-
You can't fix
bugs-
combat.
a
You
lot of
can't
things do factor.
Yeah.
Bugs do factor a lot these days into like a game being bad, right? Like Cyberpunk had a bunch of bugs, but the story was solid.
Mm.
The story was solid. Now they can fix those bugs, patch that shit out. Back in the day, again, I've said this before. Back in the day, if a game was bad, buggy, and just not playable, that was it. That was a loss you took. You took an L. It was way more risky back in the day before online patches to buy a game. If the game was broken, the game was broken. Either that or you wait for a new edition of it that they fixed the bugs that you had to pay again a full price for. Street Fighter.
All right, so to speak on what Chappie just said, he says, I primarily rely on gameplay videos from the marketing, to be honest. If it looks good, I'll play it. Or in the case of Forza, I'll rely on word of mouth. Ever since Marathon, Concord, Dragon Age, and Highguard, I don't trust a single review, period. Now, I will say that Dragon Age was probably actually a really good game. The downsides for Dragon Age was that it went too woke. So let's not take away from actual gameplay on Dragon Age. But there's also the fact that with games like Marathon, Concord, Highguard, Concord and Highguard specifically were both live service games. If that's not your vibe, it's kind of like learning on whether or not that's your lane or not. For example, I'm not a big fan of Souls-like games, and so when it comes to Souls-like games, I usually would rather not buy them because I know that I'm not going to play through them. I'm not going to give them more than 10, 20 20 minutes. If I do give them more than that, I'll give it a couple of hours, but then I'm just done. But I am a fan of hack and slash games. So guess what? Now I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place when I'm watching these gameplay trailers, because there are some gameplay trailers that look like hack and slash games like Devil May Cry, but turn out to be Souls-like games, like Wukong. Wukong isn't necessarily a Souls-like, but it kind of is. Like, to me, a Souls-like is games where your enemies come back, you die, you level up, things like that. Like, so like there's a fine line for me, and I know that one of those is my lane and the other one isn't my lane. And so I'm sitting here watching trailers trying to figure out which one is what at this point, and I'm stuck. So sometimes I have to rely on things like reviews, or I have to wait until the game comes out, but I still want to have that day one excitement for stuff where I'm one of the masses that goes and buys a game because I'm hyped for it. Echoes of Aincrad, for instance, that was one of the games that I was like, yo, I saw that, I need to get that. It's a Sword Art Online game that goes into the first dungeon that's not letting me use one of the regular people from the actual story. I get to create my own character, and I get to come up with my own style. And lines are definitely blurring a lot, because now you need to know whether Marathon is a first-person shooter with a story, or whether Marathon is a live service game, or if it's just a co-op game, or you know what I'm saying? Like everything is blending. Everything is blending. It's tough.
Wait, I got a question, Tones. Would you play a solo leveling game if it was Souls-like?
No.
No, he just said he doesn't like Souls-like.
No. I know that's why I was saying solo leveling.
So he tried to throw a curveball at me.
Yeah,
IP I like, but a genre I don't.
Yeah, I was like, would you give it a try if they demo it?
They could make a Gundam Souls-like and he would not play it.
No.
God damn.
Actually, would go kind of hard.
Actually, hold on.
I'm like, wait, hold on.
You might be spitting
Hold
on something.
I mean, we all
wait
know I would buy that in a day.
You know which Gundam that would work so well with too, because it's already like almost kind of medieval, like Iron-Blooded Orphans.
I was just gonna say it
because there's so many physical like melee weapons in that series. Yeah,
and even outside the mech units, like they're child soldiers. Like you could have side missions or like main story.
All of Gundam is child soldiers, sir.
Yeah, like 90% of it is child.
I mean, I know, but they made that like gritty.
Literally, the whole theme of Gundam is children in war.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was trying to think.
That's the whole point of Gundam. They're all children in war.
Yeah, there are literally no main characters that are
adults, except for maybe Amuro.
They're all
Char?
No, but he's a teenager in Mobile Suit Gundam.
He's a teenager. But what I'm saying is,
he doesn't become an adult until Char's counterattack.
What happened?
He doesn't become an adult until Char's
counterattack. That's what I'm talking about.
Zeta.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're right.
Like in Zeta, and then he wasn't even the main character in Zeta. So he was the main character in Char's counterattack, and that's when he was an adult. That's what I mean by he's literally one of the, if not the only main character that was an adult in a series.
G Gundam.
Hold on, we're getting off. We can talk Gundam after this.
He was like 17.
He was?
Yeah. Gundam was like a teenager.
I thought he was an adult. I swear to God.
No.
We're getting off topic, the Gundam shit. A big surprise that I wanted to talk about was Guild Wars 3 also being announced for PS5.
That's on my list of things to talk about, and we still got a half an hour. But yeah, so I was gonna actually say, because our second topic was literally Summer Games Fest. Like, what was the best trailer and what was the most surprising thing to come out of Summer Games Fest for you?
There's a lot of really good trailers.
One of the most surprising things was Guild Wars 3 being a PS5 release as well as PC. I expect it could potentially be on Xbox as well.
Yeah, I think
it probably will be.
It should be.
The problem is with like a lot of games going to Xbox is that Xbox Series S factor, which always like makes it complicated for developing and shit like that.
Yeah. Like, I hate that the S has to be our punching bag, but like
It's not even the fact the punching bag. It's like Microsoft put themselves in this hole where it's like if you put a game on the X, it has to be on the S in some way. Where it's just like you realize you're missing out on a lot of games because people do not want to make for. Like, granted, it's the same parent platform, but they still have to develop for different hardware on the S. And
Yeah.
they don't want to. If they could just develop for, you have to make for 4 platforms now versus 3. Like obviously Steam or Epic, whatever PC. PS5 and Series X, and then now Switch 2, because a lot of Switch 2 is actually getting a lot of up-to-date ports of games and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like they're
Surprising.
updating and porting. I believe was it Final Fantasy coming over to the Switch?
Yeah,
too?
14's coming like in
Oh,
August.
Oh, I meant 7. The remake and remake.
Oh yeah,
rebirth.
that- and Resident Evil Requiem trilogy collection. Well, the new trilogy 7, 8, and 9 is on Switch 2.
Oh, they're
Like,
also putting Monster Hunter Wilds on Switch too.
Modern Warfare 4 is actually coming to Switch 2 as well, too.
Bro,
That was surprising.
Attack on Titan.
You know they need that ball and gun money, bro. They need that
I-
ball and gun money.
I think my favorite thing I actually did like seeing was the story trailer for Star Wars Galactic Racer. I like how it's gonna actually have a story and everything like that. I'm hyped for that game. And then
Star Wars Zero Company.
Can I? So let me interject just a slight little bit. So Star Wars Pod Racer,
Galactic Racer. Sir.
Galactic
you
Racer.
know, has a story like Star Wars Galactic Racer, Pod Racer, whatever. You know what I mean? It's a pod racer because
What? Hold on. I gotta-
It's more than just pod
hold on.
races.
I gotta get my glasses out. Well, actually, sir.
there was more than one Star Wars trailer revealed though.
Yeah,
Which
Zero
is
Company.
why. What happened?
Zero Company, the XCOM.
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was so good.
It does. It looks good. That's my speed. Even Galactic Racer is kind of my speed. But the problem is that Galactic Racer doesn't look like a $70 game to me.
I mean, that's another argument you can make. Is like, should racing games, like when we talk about like fighting games,
Forza looks like a $70 game to me.
Yeah, but most other racing games, I would argue,
Need for Speed
are
is a
not-
$70 game to me.
Yeah, but most other racing games that come out, I would argue, are not $70.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But my argument with racing games is the same as my argument with fighting games. Sports games too.
Like,
Okay. At
I'm
least they're
putting them
consistent.
all in that same category.
like
they
Sonic
need to lower the
Crossworlds that
price.
came out last year. As much as I loved it, shouldn't have been a $70 game.
Yeah, that
What?
was kind of wild. I was like,
Sonic
mm.
Crossworlds last year that came out.
I mean,
love
They
that
got a whole
game.
bunch of expansions, but no, it shouldn't be a $70 game.
Yeah, that should have
I
been.
think
a
it should have been
$50.
50. I think 50 would have been a fair price point for Sonic.
Street Fighter 6 is probably worth the $70, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But then I also knew that they were going to milk us to high heavens with DLCs.
I mean, you can get it now for 20.
But I'm just saying, like, now you can get it for 20. But when it first came out, it was literally a $70 game. It was
Yeah.
worth the $70 because it had, besides just being a versus fighting game, it had a mode where you're going through a story and you're experiencing
constantly
this,
updated,
and you
too.
kind of have a whole adventure going on. And the adventure is more than just like a 2-hour adventure or 5-hour
It was
adventure.
actually
The
a full
adventure is
game
actually a hefty amount of time.
It's a
It was
full
actually a
fighter
full
RPG.
game versus Street Fighter 5, which didn't even have a story mode in it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It had arcade mode and online and like versus like online versus. Like that was it.
And I bought that shit at launch.
So,
Big
what was the
city.
best trailer to you, Hustle?
Best trailer to me. Damn. I'm trying not to be fucking.
Biased.
Say besides Final Fantasy. Just say it now.
And besides Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Was Monster Hunter a good trailer to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it better than Final Fantasy?
No.
No.
But as far as Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter goes, I need all the more information on that like gun gauntlet.
Well, you know they did a developer
Boost Racers, what they're calling it.
conversation right after, right?
No, I did. I had to go. I went out like right after.
I watched. Well, it wasn't right after, and it wasn't part of the same show. But there was a 10-minute video from the devs giving you information about the Monster Hunter expansion.
Best trailer to me.
Oh. Also, so I don't know if you watched the Monster Hunter trailer, but there was a thing where he was like this with the great sword and then started doing things. That's called the Boost Bracer.
Oh, okay.
And
So
it's
it's
going
ultra
to work
everywhere.
for all the weapons.
You know, I gotta see it from a long.
The director of Ascension is actually a different director from Wilds, and he was the lead game designer on Iceborne.
Yeah, that was my favorite expansion. That was I think that's my favorite expansion.
I also believe he was the lead game designer on Generations Ultimate.
Yeah, he was. So I think it's in good hands.
So I'm not really worried about it. It was just a matter of, it's just a matter of, hey, we gotta get there because it's coming in 2027. So whether it's coming in March or whether it's coming in August, now it gives me incentive to keep on playing, getting my rank up. Got to get your weight up so that when Master Rank comes around, we could do some real stuff. Because I don't think that I think I finished the story, but I didn't get to like HR 99 or something like that.
I'm always down to play. Just let me know.
Okay. PC or PS5, it doesn't matter.
So my favorite trailer during that presentation, I'm gonna give it to Stellar Blade Blood Rain.
Okay.
That was that was impressive. That
You didn't play the
opening
first
in
one?
that huge city.
I did not play the
Not in
first.
a huh?
Oh no, I was just being a dickhead, like quoting Mean Girls. Like, he didn't play the first one.
I didn't play the first one.
But yeah, the opening into that big condensed cyberpunk city. Because when they first showed like the train, I was like, "Is this?" At first, I was like, are they revealing cyberpunk too?"
Well, they actually did reveal Cyberpunk being in Wuthering Waves starting tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah,
and they put in they put in some Night City, they put in the hacking.
Yep. Lucy's playable, so is
Rebecca. They're both playable characters. You got to pull for them, obviously. Well, you got to pull for one of them. I think the other one's free. I think Rebecca's free.
Yeah.
And Lucy is like the one you got to actually pull for. And I think it's a limited time type thing.
Yeah, this Stellar Blade Blood Rain looks amazing. I like that we're in a lively city that has a bunch of people. I like that the combat looks a lot more fast paced, and I don't think it's doing a pseudo kind of. To me, it doesn't seem like they're doing a pseudo kind of Souls like. It seems like they're going more towards the direction of like being more hack and slashy, actiony, rather than like, hey, perfectly timed parries and dodges and shit. From what it looks like now, because she can bob and weave and throw lightning fast punches and shit. I'm excited for it. They need to change that face though, because that face.
So, what was the most surprising reveal from this weekend, or from this set of things? Like, what took you by surprise to the point where it was like unexpected? Like, oh my god, like this is lit.
Oh well, most surprising, not exactly lit, was Tupac and Strangers with Heaven. That's the wildest announcement of all last week. That's the wildest last one. But as far as like, this looks dope, but like
the game looked dope. And then all of a sudden,
if we got gameplay
Guild War 3, I see you, Chappie, Guild War 3.
If we got gameplay from Last Ronin, it probably would have been that. Just because I've confirmed Platinum Games is making it, I want to see gameplay of that so bad.
Yeah.
But they didn't show us anything from that. Most surprising, I guess, would be. I guess it'd be Stellar Blade 2, because like a lot of people weren't sure shipped up what's gonna actually. They said we want to work on a sequel, but we don't know what's gonna if it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and they got to show us the trailer because like no one saw it coming. Because no one knew it was getting a sequel, because Stellar Blade sold like fairly well, but I think it was like it didn't sell enough to the point where like, oh, we 100% greenlit.
Yeah. Most surprising to me was Gundam
Rogue Orbit.
Rogue Orbit. That was very surprising.
Gundam versus Kaijus is kind of lit.
I was trying to figure out, like, bro, we were sitting there watching. I was trying to figure out, I was like,
is it Pacific Rim? Is it like?
I thought it was a Pacific Rim game at first.
Hey guys, look at the chat.
They just wait. What?
They just show Crazy Taxi at the Xbox presentation, bro. Jesus Christ.
Well, I had it open another tab and I was checking on occasion, but I was not looking.
Yeah, but they just showcased Crazy Taxi at the Xbox showcase.
That's wild.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't manage to catch when I looked at my other tab, Persona 4 remake is next February.
Now Token is about to go crazy.
Like July 7th is Doom the Dark.
I'm
Ages DLC.
okay.
Yep.
I'm
You
okay.
just said Persona 4 remake, and so now
They-
Token is
They
is
confirm
really moving.
they're making a roll along too for anyone who enjoyed that like
I'm
Chinese
okay.
like Souls-like game.
Uh,
Wait, I'm not seeing great. I have.
I will say Phantom Blade Zero looks good, but
Oh, here it is. Yeah,
now I'm at a point where I can't tell if it's a Souls-like or a hack and slash.
it's a hack and slash more so.
It's a what?
I think it's more of an action RPG, just because like you get.
More of an action RPG. That still doesn't say it's not Souls.
I think it's more Devil May Cry-y, just because like how you absorb the.
That's what it was originally supposed to be.
Because you absorb the enemy abilities and then you get to use them in combat and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the crazy taxi looks insane. Whoa. Okay. I have to watch this full. I'll watch this full trailer later, but like.
Right. I'll watch the full showcase after we finish this, and then we can talk a little bit about that next week, maybe. So for me, I have to say, like, my number one standout is probably going to be Blood Message. Granted, Final Fantasy VII looked good, but I got beef, and I haven't played Rebirth yet. So right before Revelation comes out, I'll probably buy Rebirth. I've beaten Remake.
Okay.
I beat a game. I've beaten Remake. I'll play and beat Rebirth. And then I'll get Revelation and I'll finish it off. And I'll probably play that when it comes out.
I can honestly say, like, for the summer game, for the summer game fest,
Did you sneeze or yawn? I'm confused.
That was a yawn.
I was like, oh,
But he had to at the end of it. like,
It was a snon. Thank you.
I was snot. I was trying to like cut it short, just end it. But from the Summer Game Fest, I can honestly say that one of the wildest things that I saw had to be not only the Gundam, but Crossfire and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
Crossfire looked good.
Yeah, Crossfire looked dope. I like the little crazy cover system they developed. For that
I
game.
like
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Unpopular opinion.
Nah, he about to troll. He about to troll.
I'm not.
Okay.
I really liked Crossfire. Everybody who knows me knows that I like third-person shooters, and that cover system was amazing.
Closest we get in
Right?
SOCOM.
The way that I thought it was the new SOCOM. I was like, yeah. I thought we was getting like a realistic Ghost Recon again. And y'all know how I do with Ghost Recon. But I liked Crossfire until it went horror.
Yeah, like weird-
with the weird super soldiers and stuff like that.
Side horror. I
was
don't know
like
what's going on.
Dark and zombie style. I was just like,
I think it's. I'm not sure. So it's like they're going for horror elements. I think the story's going to be like, oh, because I know it's your soldiers from different like army or different countries.
yeah,
like
you're
that.
from
I-
different factions, from different sides
I
or whatever.
think-
But like, what's
think
with
y'all are
these,
fighting
what's with
failed
these
again.
zombie-looking things?
I
I'll
think
be
they're
honest,
failed
like-
military experiments because you saw like they're.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't want to play it no more.
Like at first, like when I first saw it, like a few seconds of it, when I saw her get attacked by him and whatnot, and then like I saw the hand on the window, I was like,
Arms glowing.
yeah, and I was like, is this like the next season of King Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies or something? Like, am I getting trolled right now? Is
I
this
mean,
what
the
this
lead
is?
actress is in Call of Duty.
I mean, my thing is that,
Boy.
like, legitimately, I've already played The Last of Us. I kind of got baited by The Last of Us 1. I was good with The Last of Us until probably the school.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah. That's that part. That segment is annoying as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm?
I said that segment is annoying as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that's
but that
when
was
shit
just like, all
slows
right.
down.
And then, like, The Last of Us 2, I tried because I knew that the story was great. And, like, I knew, like, I could get over some things. And I got up until, like, the plot turning point where, you know, bro, somebody got offed, you know. But, like,
Is
I'm
what it
good.
is.
yeah, like, once you get too much of something in a game like that, I'm not going to play it no anymore.
Also, it's been 6 years since that game came out. They don't know. They don't want to know.
I mean, that scene was crazy though. So yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean by like, if something it shows to be like more Souls-like, I'll just put it down. It's the same with horror. Like, if something turns into too much horror for me, I'll just put it down. Most surprising trailer.
I would have to say Power World 1.0, and only because of the fact that the progress that they've made with this game is astounding. To be honest, I saw the capture device that they had, and I was like, "What? Not mad at it. It was really pretty creative, and it was very well designed. It's really nice. She turned a I want to say it was a big tuna into a sword.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool as hell.
I was like, that was like the most Digimon thing I could think of, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's gonna take whatchamacallit from all kinds of things in that genre.
Well,
Yeah,
the most
I
surprising
know,
thing
but it was
Rogue
really it was what I was surprised at was the fluidity of how things were going. Like with that dragon and the way she was working with her different monsters. Pals, my bad. With her different pals in fighting it. And I was like, that had to be one of the best trailers I've seen for Pal World by far. And it could actually make me want to get the game, to be honest.
You should get it. It's great. One thing that not enough people are talking about from that trailer, just to add on to that, is the fact that the character throws a Pal sphere.
Mm-hmm. Like that little capture device.
We've been covering the Nintendo lawsuit and all that stuff, and they had to remove the function for you to actually throw Pal spheres to capture pets and capture pals and release pals. I think this is them also showing, hey, we're bringing Pal spheres back because Nintendo lost the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just brazenly just like, remember this?
What I noticed in that video was when she threw the Pal sphere, right? The Pal sphere, it looked like it. So it looked like it wasn't this open mechanic where they come out and then it drops or it goes back. No, the Pal sphere looked like it energized the Pal into existence, and it was gone after that. Like she didn't retrieve it or anything. Matter of fact, she kept just throwing out more of them up because it's creating more pals. And I was like, where are these Pal spheres going back to? How are you getting these pals back? How does this work? Like I haven't played Pal World. So I don't know how their capture mechanics work.
I mean, I think the important thing is that they brought that mechanic back after Nintendo lawsuit forced them to take it out of the game. That's the big important thing here, is that they're showing, hey, we won the lawsuit. This mechanic is now a thing that we can have again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a big win. That's a big win for gaming, period.
If they can have it, does that mean other people can use it?
Yes, that means other companies can do the same thing too, and Nintendo can't do shit about it.
Okay.
No more lawsuits.
Yep.
Wow. So, they won that on so many levels.
Yes.
I have a comment and I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The comment is that I think that the trailer for Last Harbor was confusing because is it a fishing game or is it a horror game? It is literally a horror game, but like, why am I doing so much? Like, I understand it's a horror.
It's a horror survival game, like survival with. It looks to me it's like
it's
the forest.
It looks
like the forest.
It's confusing.
It's confusing.
Yeah,
everything about it, you don't even know what kind of game it is at this point.
They weren't very clear about
nothing except for the fact that there's zombies, creatures.
Well, and Cthulhu apparently, because if you look at the end, there's like gigantic tentacles.
It looks Lovecraftian.
Yeah, it's Lovecraftian, I think.
So is this like an Alan's Wake type of thing?
Alan Wake
well,
is
well, it's weird. Like, it looks like they were trying to capture like
I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
the forest mixed with Dredge, and like I don't know, because Dredge you think it's like, oh, it's a nice little like water exploration fishing game, and it's like, oh, why are there Lovecraftian horrors that pop out at night when I'm trying to fish? Where's going wrong?
I don't know.
yeah. The game confuses me. I don't like it.
At this point, does that mean that it's like, are they trying to make you like see it as under the assumption of like, hey, what if the world goes crazy and you just have to adapt to it? Like, we're just gonna drop you into this scenario, and you just gotta make the best of it. Like, what is it? Like The Walking Dead. Like, you just wake up one day and there's zombies, and you just gotta make do. Like, what then? Is that basically what this is?
I don't know. It feels like it. Now, my question is, do we think that trailers need a form of gameplay?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, we get gameplay trailers, right? Or we get game trailers.
Yeah.
But for instance, The Last Ronin didn't have any gameplay in it.
Yeah, it didn't. It
And
was,
then sometimes you'll get game trailers that have cinematics from, or like there'll be cinematics but derived from actual in-game cutscenes, but they won't showcase how the game plays, or you don't know anything about how the game is going to play.
At bare minimum, I should see in-engine cutscenes.
In-engine cutscenes?
Yeah. Like,
I would don't think that it needs to have gameplay in your trailer.
I was gonna say my preference. Like, I would rather see gameplay for any trailer I see, just so like the Cuphead thing. It was like, we're working on a new Cuphead. I was like, okay, I figured y'all working on a new game. I didn't need a little funny trailer telling me that. There's no gameplay yet.
yeah, true.
And I would prefer to see gameplay. Like, I like seeing Final Fantasy 7 Revelation showing me actual gameplay, showing me the high wind. Like, I love seeing all that instead of just being story cutscenes. I was happy they did that. But the same with The Last Ronin. Like, it's cool. We got Confirmation Platinums working on it, but I would prefer to see how the combat system's going to work in that. Because this is the biggest Ninja Turtles game we're ever going to get. Like, ever. Like, it's not a beat 'em up. It's not a roguelike that came out. Like, it's not Shredder's
It's not multiplayer.
It's not a multiplayer beat 'em up like Shredder's Revenge. Like, this is going to be the biggest Ninja Turtles game ever.
Yeah.
In terms of like scale, and like I would like to see gameplay from it.
Yeah, with actual like in-depth hack and slash combat, and I believe it's rumored to be mature rated too.
I think it's supposed to be mature. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going up the story elements. Like it should be mature.
It should be mature.
If you try to get the most out of it, yeah.
We also got Hot Wheels Horizon. That was a surprise.
What?
Too. Yeah, there's a Hot Wheels.
They're making an open
like
world
Forza.
Hot Wheels like racing game. It actually looks pretty fun. Infinite Rush, is that what it's called? What is it?
Yeah, Infinite Rush.
I didn't see that. That sounds hilarious.
Nah, it looks pretty dope. Like, but if it's gonna be $70, I'll wait for a sale. Like,
Yeah,
it didn't impress me.
damn.
If they made a Hot Wheels game $70,
no, they already got a price. It's gonna be $50.
That's good. That's
okay.
That's a good price.
Open world arcade racing game, over 150 vehicles, massive open world, track builder, multiplayer and customization, full customization, cross play, 4-player local, split screen local.
That's fair.
Okay.
Dang, that's a
Now, have you ever come across gameplay trailers that look good, but then the game kind of just disappoints you?
Trying to think. Oh, the game that's like Dead Space.
Oh,
That's made by
Callisto Protocol.
Yes, Callisto Protocol.
Oh,
yes,
Callisto Protocol.
that. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That was disappointing
Chronos
as
New
fuck.
Dawn is a better like Dead Space or spiritual successor than. Well, technically they're all successors to Resident Evil 4. Like Chronos New Dawn is better in that realm of game versus.
Wait, I didn't even know there was a successor to Dead Space.
Callisto Protocol is made by some of the original Visceral Games people that made Dead Space, and it's a third
Yeah, I
person,
didn't know there was a
behind the
successor because I didn't know it was a successor because from what I
That's
heard,
why I said spiritual
that
successor.
game flopped.
They tried capturing that same element, but if you want to play a third-person horror third-person shooter that Chronos the New Dawn is a better
Okay,
example of that.
I'm gonna have to try that because I even started Dead Space. I didn't even start Dead Space from the beginning. I started Dead Space on Dead Space 3, and I was like, this is by far
Scary.
the most like viscerally unnerving, edgy, just
It's the,
good.
in my
Lord.
opinion,
The Evil Within.
in my opinion, I feel Dead Space is the best survival horror series. Some people argue, no, it's not.
I'm gonna say I agree. I only played one of them, and I was just like the entire time I played it, I was like, every waking moment of me playing this is great, but also very unnerving and terrifying.
Yeah.
Silent Hill.
Oh yeah, Silent Hill.
Res-
That's fair.
also,
Evil Within.
also Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, no, like I never.
I didn't say Resident Evil.
Oh no, I
I'm
said
talking
Resident Evil.
about. I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
Resident Evil has so many more entries, but like the more recent entries, like
yeah, the
the last
recent-
couple, but then you also have like Resident Evil 4, which was amazing.
right?
Well,
And
7 and
then-
8 were fantastic.
Well,
I did say the recent entries, 7, 8, and 9. Then you have, the Resident Evil 4. Like one was so long ago that the standards were different. 1, 2, 3. Like I beat Resident Evil 3. That tells you how not intimidating that game was.
I
Three
think
was-
honestly, it's like for me, it was just like I knew what to expect with Resident Evil because it's a virus.
It's
That mutates
it's the baseline for the genre.
Yeah, and
Essentially.
then but when I got to Dead Space, I was like, this is playing off of like unease, unnerving, and just like those darkest, sub-layered fears that you
Well,
have.
wait till you get to Silent Hill then,
The
because
reason I love Dead
isn't
Space so
Silent
much-
Hill like Resident Evil but without weapons?
Basically, yeah.
The reason I love Dead Space so much is because anyone who hasn't watched the movie, that movie Event Horizon from 1997 is like one of my favorite like horror movies.
Yeah.
And Dead Space like captured that like so well.
Yeah, because it wasn't just the monsters. It was the story. It was the idea behind the story.
But it
was
also
the space cult. I was like,
but it also has
going.
possibly one of the darkest endings in gaming history. Like once you
Yep.
get the third game, it is like
Yep.
the darkest,
It was absolutely
most
just
fucked up ending
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Ever. Like you don't there is
There is no winning.
spoiler alert for
There's-
a game that's been over 10 years old.
Yeah.
At the end of Dead Space 3, the that's it. The universe is dead. Like
Yep.
it's dead. Earth is dead. Earth is basically
Not
All sentient.
Not
well,
necessarily. So, the end of Dead Space 3, Isaac and Carter destroy the remnant moon that causes the universe. But in the DLC, you see multiple. They had a specific name. The moons that cause the markers to appear around Earth. So it leads off saying like, "Oh, Earth's about to get invaded by necromorphs," and then it cuts off at that. That's how Dead
Yeah.
Space 3 is. But like, and we never got Dead Space 4.
yeah, essentially
why did we not
these-
get Dead Space 4?
these moons are gigantic
Markers.
beings,
Spawn points.
cosmic horror monsters, essentially.
Lovecraftian.
Yeah. The markers go to planets, infect them. The planet starts mutating itself into its own big, gigantic living organism that starts traveling the cosmos, and it's some dark
fucked up.
shit.
Fucked up.
The moons are the final evolutionary step of necromorphs.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, and then the moons just go off and then infect other solar systems, and it's just like, even when you beat the moon at the end, you're just like,
it's like cool. We got more.
yeah,
Yeah,
like, we
you
got
didn't
more.
win.
Like, yeah, you stalled it. You stalled for time. Your universe is still gonna end. Good job. Hooray, you're a hero for like 48 hours. Like,
Moving on.
dog.
I can talk about Dead Space for hours, but we
Yeah. Same.
It was that good. It was that good.
It was.
So with that, it looks like we should probably put a cap on this. We are actually hitting 2:00. I think we got some good feedback from the Sony State of Play, as well as the Summer Games Fest showcase. We currently are missing the Xbox showcase. I heard that they just showcased the Spyro. So we will probably have a little bit of feedback about the Xbox showcase next week. But in the meantime, I think it's about time we wrap this up so that we can let you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday and we can enjoy the rest of ours while we go and do a little bit more gaming research and gaming in general. In the meantime and in between time, we thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much, Chappie. It was a great conversation. I thank you very much for your input. We thank you all for coming. We thank you for being here. We thank you for enjoying the time with us. And as you know, the way we always end this show, if there's ever anything you want to do, all you got to do is press the start button. I'll let you later.
Fun.
Later, y'all.